Was smoking all my dragons, divine, righteous, almighty, greats, overachieving, never slacking. We're back with a do or a do, and this is Buriki No Dance. I got the English translation up, so I'm definitely gonna be following along here. One thing about Ado is her music is so different for me, but in a satisfying way. Like, I know I'm not just gonna hear something similar to this. I know I'm not just gonna. I don't listen to the radio, but if I was to turn on the radio, or I was to, even when I'm online a lot, like, I don't hear anything remotely close to what she does. And I like that, which is why she has her own playlist on my channel. So with that being said, we're going to hop right into this. Original link will be in the description. Let's see what she got to offer. Let's do it. Buriki no dance. I'll tell you this much, if you're a band, I would like to see a band cover this. If you're a band, you're gonna have fun with that, because it's a roller coaster ride. Every song, I feel like every song, it just feels new and refreshing. Like, she brings a different taste. I just found this online. Someone said they're talking about some of her lyrics, right? They said, now pity, pedigree, gathering anti-scripture, sunken advocacy, auditory hallucinations while lying on your stomach having an audience with someone, conquering blind acceptance disease. They said this paragraph is referring to Buddhist philosophy. Buddhists and the Buddha himself opposed the following of religion. He saw it as a corrupted institution that's what it says, sullied the truth of life. Conquering blind acceptance disease is a reference to thinking for yourself and not being swayed by the pretty words of those in authority. Dance, get drunk, get pregnant avatar. New compendium, slanted auditory hallucination, a template and religious lalu, lali, chant life. We oppose the new imperial capital, a mumbled brain system, grave digging, preaching, Buddha, benevolence, the six senses, battle cry, bellflower lock. So it says this paragraph refers to people who on the outside simply pretend to stay true to the precepts of Buddhism while actually betraying the meaning by allowing corruption and evil thoughts into themselves. So it's about the corruption of religion, right? That's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm seeing. It says conquering blind acceptance disease is a reference to thinking for yourself and not being swayed by the pretty words of those in authority. Now, that's very, very relevant with today, as far as just when you look around today and you see there's so many people that are manipulated by people who can talk good, right? Because this can be spoken like this. Anybody in any aspect of life can relate to this. There's people who can talk good, and they become there's people that are manipulators, master manipulators, and sometimes people know psychology and know how the brain works, the human brain works. So they may have read a lot of books, may be real smart, and sometimes these people can say certain things. And they know, okay, that person relates to this. And just because they speak well, you may think, wow, this person understands me. And some people tend to follow those people, right? I'm not going to just knock it down and say, oh, just religion. This is any aspect of life, right? Some people tend to follow those people. And the whole time that person could be manipulating them. So we live in a time right now, especially with the internet so much around, where we have the ability to go within and we have the ability to free ourselves, right? We have the ability to go within and find God within. We don't need to follow people, especially humans, right? We don't need to follow people. Go outside, go to a body of water. Go to nature and be quiet. Silence the mind so that you can hear, right? Because there's so much distractions. It's very easy to get manipulated because the distractions are leaving you feeling lost. It's leaving you in confusion, right? So it's easy, once again, for those master manipulators to slide through and say something that relates to you. But they might have just read books and might just be highly intelligent, but they have an ulterior motive. So you got to be very careful, right? You got to be very careful. Before you know it, they harvest in your spirit. So this was a very good track. And this is why I keep reacting to specific artists like Ado, because of her lyrics. I already like the different sound, like in her music. Her music it's just different to me. It's satisfying. It just feels new. I like listening to new stuff. I like listening to stuff that I feel like, okay, I haven't heard this before. I'm out of my zone. I'm out of my element. Something new. Like I feel like I'm learning when I listen to her. And then when I dive into the lyrics and I see what she's really saying, I'm like, damn, this could be applied to all aspects of life. I don't care if it was karate, or something, or wrestling, or, you got manipulators everywhere. And it's important to be able to have that discernment so you don't end up getting fooled by the trickery and the illusions with people, You ever listen to a lot of people talk and it sounds so good, right? They're right on point. They got all this knowledge and, this is what's wrong with the world and we need to do this and we need to They talk so good, before you know it, your pockets is empty because you don't gave them everything. Your pockets be empty. I can't see my pockets, but your pockets will be empty because you don't gave them everything. You know? So at that point, they're kind of feeding your pleasure of having somebody save the day for you, right? That's when you have to ask yourself, are you pleasure driven or are you purpose driven? Because if you're purpose driven, you should be able to go within. You should be able to find that power within you. You know, but if you're pleasure driven, it's easy to be manipulated because you always want to feel good. And most of the time, that's an external. You need somebody to do that because you don't know how to go within. Very important, very important, very important. Like, and then when I really read those lyrics, she dives in. She really does. She dives in. Like just reading a little bit of what she said, the English text, that lyricism is crazy. You know, like as far like her writing skills, her songwriting skills are they're top notch. Like I feel like you could take those writing skills and you could put them in a class and you could break that down. Like just the way she puts her, you know, when I was reading it just now or a little earlier, the way she puts those lyrics, right? Everything she's saying is of importance. You know, I could have, say if this was the chalkboard, right? And I just had just one sentence of what she said. We could have a whole class on that. Because that is important, man. That's what happens when you make a song with a meaning other than just a pointless song. Right? So, with that being said, shout out to Ado. That was amazing. And really, really satisfying track. Make sure you go binge watch my Ado. Or I gotta get it right. Ado, yeah, my Ado playlist. Right? Because I always think auto, right? But I'm pretty sure it's Ado. But make sure you go binge watch that. I'll see you guys soon. Much love.